Well, I want to thank everybody. Thank you, Gastonia. Thank you to Gastonia.
But the big story on Action News tonight is Barack Obama right now in Philadelphia campaigning for Joe Biden.
With the current president and the previous one facing off in dueling rallies in two critical battleground states.
But I did hope, for the sake of the country, that he might show some interest in taking the job seriously. But it hasn't happened. He hasn't shown any interest in doing the work or helping anybody but himself and his friends, or treating the presidency like a reality show that he can use to get attention. When Joe and Kamala are in charge, they're not going to surround themselves with hacks and lobbyists, but they're going to appoint qualified public servants who actually care about looking out for you, for your job, for your family, for your health, for your security, for your planet.
And we're going to win 4 more years in the White House. With your vote, we will continue to cut taxes, cut regulations, lower drug prices like never before, support our great police and law enforcement, protect your incredible Second Amendment, defend our borders, maintain energy independence, and ensure more products are proudly stamped with the phrase, made in the USA.
As it turns out, this was just reported in the last 48 hours. We know that he continues to do business with China because he's got a secret Chinese bank account. How is that possible?
Did you hear what happened? You know, Obama's now campaigning. Even though he refused to support Biden, I mean, he never, and then even after Biden sort of semi-won, he wouldn't do it. It took forever. But now he's campaigning for him.
His first year in the White House, he only paid $750 in federal income tax.
There was nobody that campaigned harder for crooked Hillary Clinton than Obama, right? He was all over the place.
I get that this president wants full credit for the economy he inherited and zero blame for the pandemic that he ignored. But you know what? The job doesn't work that way. Tweeting at the television doesn't fix things.
He said he will not be our president. And I won. The only one more unhappy than crooked Hillary that night was Barack Hussein Obama.
The only people truly better off than they were 4 years ago are the billionaires who got his tax cut.
And next year will be the greatest economic year in the history of our country. That's where we're headed.
We literally left this White House a pandemic playbook that would have shown them how to respond before the virus reached our shores.
All you hear is COVID, 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 COVID. And we will have 100 million vaccine doses before the end of this year. It's between a Trump boom or a Biden lockdown. He wants to lock you down, you know?
Donald Trump isn't suddenly going to protect all of us. He can't even take the basic steps to protect himself.
When I woke up the next morning and I felt like Superman.
And just yesterday, when asked if he'd do anything differently, Trump said, not much. Really? Not much?
Because nobody's been able to do what we've done in the first 3.5 years. Nobody even close.
Joe's got a plan to create 10 million good, clean energy jobs.
You know, Biden's going to raise your taxes. He's going to raise your taxes. He's going to put all the regulations back on.
Where is this great plan to replace Obamacare? They've had 10 years to do it. There is no plan.
I will always protect your Medicare and your Social Security. It will never be protected. If Biden wins, China will own the United States.
Imagine January 20th when we swear in a president and a vice president who have a plan to get us out of this mess, who believe in science.
But the first thing Washington Democrats will do if Biden gets elected is pack the Supreme Court with radical left judges.
I'm Kristen Welker of NBC News, and I welcome you to the final 2020 presidential debate.
We're dying with you because he has never said, as he said, it's dangerous. When's the last time? Is it really dangerous still? Are we dangerous? You tell the people it's dangerous now? What should they do about the danger? And you say, I take no responsibility.
Let me talk about your team.
Excuse me, I take full responsibility. It's not my fault that he came here. It's China's fault. And you know what? It's not Joe's fault that he came here either. It's China's fault. They kept it from going into the rest of China for the most part, but they didn't keep it from coming out to the world, including Europe and ourselves. And he wants to he'll close down the country.
We ought to be able to safely open, but would they need resources to open? We learned that this president paid 50 times the tax in China, has a secret bank account with China, does business in China.
I called my accountants under audit. I'm going to release them as soon as we can. I want to do it, and it'll show how successful, how great this company is. I mean, your brother made money in Iraq. Millions of dollars. Your other brother made a fortune, and it's all through you, Joe. And they say you get some of it, and you do live very well. You have houses all over the place. You live very well. Joe, they're calling you a corrupt politician. I am the least racist person in this room.
He pours fuel on every single racist fire. He's banned Muslims because they're Muslims.
You have done nothing other than the crime bill, which put tens of thousands of black men, mostly, in jail.
Noor bin Laden is the niece of deceased international terror mastermind Osama bin Laden. She is also a supporter of Donald Trump. Why do you support Donald Trump? What is it about President that you like?
There is one particular aspect from my perspective which stands out, and it's his foreign policy. And when you look at everything he's done in terms of taking on and fighting the scourge that is Islamic terrorism.
President of the United States has a secret bank account in China that he has never revealed in his financial disclosure forms. The Times reports the foreign accounts do not show up on Trump's public financial disclosures, where he must list personal assets because they are held under corporate names.
Nearly 2,800 families were separated under the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy.
Many of them are under 5 years old, and an enormous percentage are under 10 years old.
Less than 2 weeks before the presidential election, the Republican-led U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee on Thursday approved President Donald Trump's nomination of Amy Coney Barrett to a lifetime Supreme Court seat.
But we did it. Judge Barrett's going to the floor.
The vote tally was 12-0 as Democrats boycotted this meeting over complaints that Republicans are ramming through her nomination too close to the election.
Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she made her debut on the streaming gaming service Twitch, urging everyone to vote.
Time to vote.
I'm voting early. Mailed it in.
Vote early. Vote early.
Mail it in. And please, again, make sure that you register to vote. Make your plan to vote. We're going to come together. We can overwhelm the polls, and we can get things back on track. So